Hi there, welcome to Primetime. I'm Paul Orford. I'm back with Primetime favourite Helen ASTANIO from TIO Markets. And today what we really wanted to look at was kind of a statement and to see if you, the viewer, kind of agreed with it. But it really was, prove me wrong, social media, I won't use the word I just used, but social media is a hindrance to our life and also to the industry. So Helen, you brought the statement up first, so prove me wrong.
I don't think I can prove you wrong. Social media can be a total nightmare for marketers on so many levels. First of all, there are so many platforms and everyone's using slightly different platforms, and say that's all fair and well. You know what your strategy is, you know where your users are, you know where your potential clients are, you have your strategy, you're ready to go. Then you have to deal with the actual platform. And many times, some of these humongous platforms that we all know so well, I don't even need to point this out. Firstly, they have zero customer support. Something terrible goes wrong, they can't help you. You might have funds locked in the platform and they have absolutely no idea how to help you. Even if you do manage to get hold of somebody, they can't. And something that really struck me as bizarre, which is why I'm so happy we're talking about this today, is that they have absolutely no idea what's going on post-Brexit. And yeah, you'd think, all right, everything's quite new, it's only, the 5th of the year, even some of the financial authorities are still trying to grapple with what's going on. As a social media platform, I'm sorry, that is not acceptable, because you are taking how many thousands, millions of your clients' money every day for promotional purposes. You need to know, can they utilize those funds or not in certain jurisdictions according to your regulation? I just find the whole thing bonkers. So I'm revved up today and I will not prove you wrong. Social media drives me bonkers.
So do you think this is just because they're so large, and it's a monopoly, and for every TIO Markets, there's another brand that will give them an extra 50, 100 grand, and you need them more than they need you, essentially.
Yeah, I think in practice that's correct, but ethically that's wrong. Ethically it's wrong, because your clients are paying for your service. And if you look at some of the big cases like Cambridge Analytica and all this kind of Trump votes and all of this under the table people with power and money utilizing social media for their benefit, they need to start thinking ethically about how they're handling these funds. And they need to start actually providing support and service to the people who are using them for their livelihoods, for their businesses, because the fact of the matter is that we need them. We do need them.
Well, that's an interesting point you bring up with regards to the funds. Okay, so let's just assume there's large brokerage A and smaller brokerage B. Okay, large brokerage A gives them $20 million. The other one gives them $5 million. Would they be more weighted into giving a larger brokerage a better service? And getting their name out there? I mean, look, I've never 100%. Used this platform at all, and I've been involved in marketing. So would it work like that?
100%, that's exactly how it works. Let's take, I don't know why I'm a bit reluctant to say some of the names. Everybody knows who we're talking about. But let's say Google, there was a time that if you're not paying $100,000 or equivalent per month, then you wouldn't get a customer service representative to help you. So imagine those kinds of funds. 10,000 is a lot of money. Forget 100,000, 1,000 is a lot of money. If you're just testing and trialing and want to see how the campaign's going to work and where it's going to do well, where it's not, you need a little bit of support. And something else that really makes me laugh, forget the customer service. If you go to a platform, something like LinkedIn, that is also very huge in its own right and has wonderful benefits for marketers. What I have found, and I'm measuring my words now, is that the support is there, but they're not enabled to help you. So it's totally different. Whereas Facebook, let's say the support just isn't there isn't someone at the end of the phone.
Yeah.
With LinkedIn, they want to help, but they don't, because it's such a big platform. It's so convoluted. There are so many things you can do that could go right, that could go wrong. So we just find much of the time, actually something that we've started doing, particularly with LinkedIn, that works, this could be a little tip for your viewers, is I shame them on Twitter. So I'm sending tickets on LinkedIn, I'm trying to find FAQs, I'm trying to find all the help I can get on LinkedIn if I need an answer to a specific question. I don't get it, I'm waiting. So I'll jump onto Twitter, I'll start tagging LinkedIn, guys help me, what's going on? And straight away, instantly, I'll get an answer and a response.
Well, strangely enough, we had quite a successful video a few months back where we had 21,000 views on it on LinkedIn, right? Organic, not paid for. And then it just cuts off. You know, like you can see, like in 8 days, you've just got a huge amount of momentum. And then it stops. So I was just curious to know, like, I didn't mind paying if it kept things going. But I just want to know from LinkedIn, what is your policy? You know, at least you know you've got like a level playing field about how to do this. Because you can see it with all the stats, when you release a magazine, explodes, and the laws of momentum say, okay, it will drop off at a steady rate, it's the same as it come up, you know? But this, you really sit for 48 hours, and then it just cuts,
So
you know?
what happened?
I got no response. I mean, well, I did try doing what you did by making a poll to say, you know, what does LinkedIn want from me, my money or my firstborn, you know, like, so, and, but yeah, I think the shame tactic does work to some extent, you know, and you do force them into it. But moving on to another subject, social media in general, what uses is it? I mean, that's quite a broad question. You know, like some people use it incorrectly, and some use it correctly. Like for example, Facebook. I think it's got no part in being an FX. Really, it's only for like the idiot money of like learn to make $1 million from $10. You know, you get the idiots there, and you'll get your leads. But the quality, well, if you're booking, that is quality, I guess. So
yeah, there's a lot of that, to be fair. I see it as well. People just posting on your wall, like, make money, and they're all affiliates of some description. They just want your money. But Facebook, although it's not quite so trendy with the young ones nowadays, which is good for us FX folk that don't work with the young ones, I think the reality is that it is still very much relevant. And how do we use it? Your original question is, I think you do need to be smart in how you use it. And it doesn't all need to be paid ads, because you and I and most of the people are completely fatigued of ads and can spot an ad a mile away and are often not impressed or amused, let's face it, by FX ads. So you need to use it in a way that provides useful, shareable content, something that you actually want to read and that you actually wouldn't mind sharing. And that's not impossible with FX. It's not like, look at Bitcoin now. It's had this incredible rally, and forget myself as a CMO of an FX company that does offer crypto CFDs. I, as Helen, am interested. Why is that? What's going on? Why can crypto go so high 1 minute and then drop the next and then back up again? I would love some shareable information for those who ask me, family and friends, let's say, what's going on? How can I get involved? So I think there is a place for it, but potentially not this kind of overt promotion, bonus, make money that has so plagued FX in recent years.
Because I think it's, based on what you're saying, the content really is the king then. Because a lot of the crypto stuff I see is by the numbers. You know, you could literally, in my mind, I could say, in 12 years ago, Satoshi Nakamura, whatever the guy's name, but you know, and it's just boring. You know, you want something which is going to be engaging, to grab you. That's it, I'm thinking, well, it's just been Christmas, I'm thinking of Die Hard. Nakatomi Plaza Man. So you have to forgive me. But another medium, which I'm intrigued about, is TikTok. Now, a lot of people go on about this. That I think is just for mentally unstable people and fantasists who just want to prove me wrong. Are you a psychopath, or have you got some low-level mental illness? Start dancing for no reason. However, I was thinking about this. Look, you can use it as a way to really improve quite an old. Look, I've always been quite critical of expos. I find them quite dull and nothing going on. I think it reaches peak blandness when they have a forum and they talk about a subject which no one particularly cares about. However, if you mix that in with TikTok, so every 30 seconds they're talking about, I don't know, liquidity, blah, 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 and the marketing guy goes, get up and do a dance, or something like that. Their TikTok. That'd be, I mean, you'd watch that for sure, wouldn't you? Some middle-aged man clearly doesn't want to be there himself, and then he's forced to do a dance or humiliate himself publicly on TikTok. We need the views, you know, maybe something like that. I mean, would you use TikTok for TIO or anything like that?
So I think actually in your very question you hit the nail on the head. If you have the time and the capacity to sit down and think of a wonderful strategy and some great original catchy ideas for your brand, I think it would be hilarious. Why not? It's about visibility, getting your brand known. But if you're going to sit down and say to somebody, right, you plan our TikTok strategy for the next 3 months, I want 40 videos, and then, you know, and then you start production line just for the sake of having a presence on TikTok, then you fall into territory that is bland and boring and damaging for your brand. Ultimately, the question is, with TikTok still being so young, I think we're still really yet to see the power of TikTok in FX.
What is TikTok? I mean, like, all I've ever seen it is just from like my daughter's stuff on YouTube, where she sees people doing a 10-second dance or a dog falling over or something like that. Like, what is it for? I don't get it.
Yeah, I think actually it's quite divisive, especially when it comes to FX. There you have the stream of thought that says, look, it's not right for us. The demographic is much younger. It's female, also the demographic who are mostly viewing TikTok. And then you have completely the other train of thought that is, no, our audience is watching this, and particularly when it comes to affiliates and partners, they're very present on these more visual social medias, Instagram, TikTok. It could be used for anything you want, really, as long as it's catchy, it's short, and it's a video.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? It's like anything, because everyone's attention span has dropped so dramatically with telephones and things like that. If you can get them in 30 seconds, they are going to watch another one. So ultimately, they will watch 10 minutes, but they'll watch it in a very piecemeal way. Yeah,
or even if you can catch them in 3 seconds, then you got them. Yeah, that is a real challenge. In fact, often when I scroll down my Facebook obviously knows everything about me and knows that I'm in marketing, all of this. There's this one video that pops up all the time, and the first thing she says is, I need to get your attention in 3 seconds, and then by which point I've already scrolled away and I'm like, she's got my attention.
It's interesting, like, so you need a whole new set of skills for this, and it's not like you would have to get a TikTok specialist perhaps who knows how to shoot in that medium.
Yeah, I think this is one of my learnings, certainly the last year, that you cannot again, I'm choosing my words because I'm quite conscious of my own team, but so my team, just to prove what I'm saying here, my team are all specialists in their fields. I've got a wonderful front-end developer, an amazing back-end developer, an amazing social, and so on and so forth. I don't have somebody who comes in and they're free, so I'm going to give them the social media. So when it does come to TikTok, for instance, I wouldn't want to just sit someone down and say, figure it out. I would want someone to really understand how we can use it and to really make the most of the platform, because it's money and time down the drain. And so also depending on the company, you know, we're still a young company, we're not so able to brand fully and hugely and expensively some of the more established brands would be. So I might think very seriously, is TikTok useful for me, good use of my team's time at the moment, and incorporate it into my strategy from that point of view.
All right, cool. Well, let's wrap it up there. Thanks as ever. If you want to get hold of Helen or need to know anything, what's the best way to reach you, Helen?
You can send me a message on LinkedIn. Why not?
Tag LinkedIn as well.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I welcome anyone to get in touch with me.
All right, thanks, Helen.
Thank you so much.
See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.